everyone. Welcome back to episode 24 of our Coordinator Climb series here on Football Coach College Dynasty. This is Turnover Carbon, and folks, is it better to go 6-7 with a bowl win or 7-6 with a bowl loss? To be honest, I kind of like the 6-7 with a bowl win more. For those who did not see last episode, highly recommend you check that out. There are some games in there with a capital G, but there's also quite a bit of disappointment. Episode 22, we started 3-0. It was quick, 1 hour, short episode. We beat Pitt, beat Mississippi State, beat Texas. Things are looking good. We start last episode. We beat Memphis. Let's go. And then just part of me doesn't want to talk about it. But South Carolina beats us. We should have won that game. Our offense deteriorated. Bama beat us pretty handedly. The score was very generous. We beat Arkansas close, blow out Tulane. At this point, we are 6-2. We're looking good. Things are looking up. And then comes what is, in my opinion, the worst loss we have ever had. We lose to Auburn 29-23 in overtime, and we just completely gave up this game. We scored 20 points in the first half. We only scored 3 the whole second half. They have 5 big plays on us. We have 0, and they destroyed us in that second half. Go to overtime, and famously, we went for a QB sneak, the 4-yard line on 4th and 1, failed to get it, and then they run it in for a touchdown with John Maynard, first of his name, and Auburn takes the win. That just destroyed my team. Like, I think if this was real life, that's just the killer of the minds right there. Because then we play LSU. Our defense does phenomenally, hold LSU to 10 points. Problem is, we had 4 turnovers. Not great. We only score 6 points the whole game. We take the loss. And then Georgia blows us out because they're Georgia. We get a good win against Tennessee. Should be noted, Alejandro Finney was the starter in this game, but the run game did pretty well also. We beat our rivals for the first time. And then we lose to Temple 22-20. And just, any stat you look at here is not good for our side. 2 of 10 on third down. They averaged 10 yards a pass. Granted, they only threw 18 of them, completed 9. They got 184 yards of it. They had 3 plays of 40-plus yards. Crushed us. And then Temple beats us 22-20 after we score a field goal late to cut the lead to 2, and then they just take us to school to end the game. So, kind of an awkward season, you know? You go from being 6-7 with a bowl win to 7-6 with a bowl loss. It's like, was it better? Was it worse? I don't know. But nonetheless, we had a positive record as Vandy. For those who are curious, and I doubt there's many of you, that is the first time Vandy has finished with an above 500 record in the entirety of the save. You're welcome, Vanderbilt fans. Anyway, so we went through the coaching carousel at the end of last stream. I am still at Vandy. I have signed a new contract. It is a 4-year contract, making $4 million a year. However, it is insured for the first 2 years. So, if I leave Vandy after year 1 or year 2 of the new contract, the school I go to has to pay 50% of the remaining contract. In other words, they have to pay $4 million to Vandy. So That does kind of limit what schools will go for me in the next 2 years, but I'm okay with that. I'm trying to build something at Vandy. I'm not really in a rush to leave. And as I've demonstrated for the entirety of the time I was an offensive coordinator, nobody wants to sign me, evidently. So, you know, here we are. All right, let's talk shop. So this year, we have a grand total of 13 seniors on our roster, of whom 22, uh, that made up 22% of our starters. See, this is 19. Oh, technically, there's no seniors because on this screen, they've already gone. My mistake. Reverse. 19 seniors. It's even worse, folks. I did promise Clayton Harmon that we'd win at least 11 games next season in order to keep him. To be frank, I have 100 integrity. I can take the -6 hit. I would much rather have Clayton Harmon for one more season. And also, in the coach's office, yeah, it says leaving if in early rounds. I don't know about you all, but early rounds to me would be like rounds 1 and 2, maybe 3, definitely not 6. So that's a little wonky in my opinion, but I have promised him, so he's going to come back to be our starting running back, and we definitely need him because of the two running back recruits that we failed to get by a combined 70 points, whatever. All right, let's go through our seniors that are leaving. First, quarterback Aaron Christian, who I think will be remembered as, he was fine. I don't think, and I said this, I think at the end of last season, I think if we had a better QB, we would have won more games. But I don't think he was the fault. I would put more blame with the offensive line and the running backs, especially in year two. But Aaron Christian in 2 years threw for 4,400 yards, 62% completion. He had 18 touchdowns, only 2 picks in 2 years. 7 rushing touchdowns, 2 fumbles. I think technically his rushing yards for this year would have been like 140. Last year, flirting with 200. So I think he was fine, but for our goal and our aspirations, we need a better QB. But we shake Aaron Christian's hand and see him out the door. Running back Stephen Rudolph, who we signed as a JUCO back. He was our starting running back last season, kind of our second, then third running back this season. I mean, there's no way around this. I could make the case that our struggles in 2023 were solely down to him. And I don't think that's a hard argument to make. He only averaged 2.5 yards a carry, fumbled twice, didn't have a great catching percentage out of the backfield, just struggled mightily. This year, though, when he was demoted to second back, did much better, 3.8 average yards, still only 2 touchdowns, but had two receiving touchdowns also. I think if Rudolph is like my second running back or my third running back, I'm okay. But I think asking him to be our top running back in 2033 was a recipe for disaster. Wide receiver. All right. This is where this one's going to hurt. Kieran Suero is gone. He played decent amount in all 3 years for me. Had his worst year this year, and I don't really know why. I even tried moving around the depth chart a little bit, but he just, didn't get thrown to as much. Only had touchdowns in 2033 and was just overall, dependable, 60, 70% catching, average like 20 yards per game. No complaints. but we're still going to struggle to replace him in terms of just sheer attribute. Randy Orr definitely benefited from the ball not getting thrown Suero's way. He had 51 catches, 516 yards, 2 touchdowns. Really dependable wide receiver. He was a returner and punt returner for me a little bit. 2033 did okay. I do believe he had one fumble, but that's not tracked on that screen. And then Stephen Day, who never really played, had 181 yards this season. Not much going on there. Tight end, we're not losing anybody. Offensive line, we are losing Dylan McLeod, who was a JUCO guy that I think did fine. 9 sacks in 2 years isn't great. 19 pancakes is fine, but would have hoped he could have done a little bit better. Stephen Hardy sucked. I don't want to be mean about it, but he did. He got injured a couple times. I benched him this year, and he just, didn't get a lot of pancakes, a lot of sacks. Not great. Mateo Suggs, converted tight end. Never really played as an O lineman either. So, as far as graduating O line go, we'll be okay. Kicker, we're not losing anyone. D line. Look at all that production. I'm going to have to replace Stone Nelson, who was my big transfer when I got here from Texas. Did great. Did phenomenal. Averaged like 40 some odd tackles a year. Did unfortunately have a major and then severe injury 2033. Double-digit tackles for loss, handful of sacks, 8 pressures. Really, really good. Awesome D lineman. We will never see his kind again. Frederick Townsend, who was a JUCO guy I brought in, dependable, 40 some odd tackles, 8 tackles for loss. Didn't really get the sacks or pressures that we would have liked, but locked it down. Brian Welch, in 2033, he was my big surprise. He got 14 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 8 pressures. Did really, really good. This year, unfortunately, dropped down the depth chart a bit. Didn't play as much, but still got 8 tackles for loss, a couple sacks, handful of pressures. So a little unfortunate, but them's the breaks. Jose Kaplan. So this I can kind of hold up in my hand, and an error was made in 2023 when, due to injuries, I moved him from red shirt to active, and unfortunately forgot to move him to inactive, and so he played in 6 games. I essentially burned an entire year of his eligibility for 2 extra games, and then this year didn't do all that great in terms of production. I tried moving him around the depth chart, didn't work, but double-digit tackles for a loss. It would have been nice to get one more year out of him, but so be it. Linebacker, we're losing Cam Hughes. Everyone, salute the man. Best player on our team, in my opinion. 3rd team All-American, 2nd team All-SEC this past season. 56 tackles, 16 for a loss, 9 sacks, 25 pressures, a pair of forced fumbles, and targeted 31 times in coverage, only 20 completions allowed. He has 2 Vandy records for single season tackles for a loss and sacks. We salute Cameron Hughes. He will be added to the Ring of Honor. We're also losing Jefferson Alston, who, similarly to other JUCOs we've had, I think was fine. Really good in coverage, which I think we needed. We didn't have a great coverage linebacker outside of Hughes. 21 pressures this year, 6 tackles for a loss. I think he did solid. I wish his potential was better, but that is what it is. And then Brendan McHugh, depth linebacker, barely played. Corner, this hurts. Angel Banks, who was a backup for the first couple years, then a starter, I thought did fine. I have found that corners and safeties in this game aren't really often given realistic stats, in my opinion. But Banks was pretty good in coverage, only 50% allowed this year, 6 pass breakups. Really solid guy. Loyal, was buried in the depth chart in year one. Played a bit years 2 and 3. Braxton Rainey, I played him at safety in 2032, moved him to corner, and, you know, did fine. Forced a fumble, got a pick. 60%, completions allowed, a little high, but overall, as third corner, could be worse. Walter Boykin, who really only played the last couple years, pretty far down the depth chart though. Got a pick, got a sack even. 53% completion allowed, pretty good. And then safety, Jaden Wallace, one of my favorite players. I think hindsight being 2020, I should have moved him to corner over Montiel, but that is what it is. He stayed at safety, did really well tackling. Most importantly, though, in coverage, he was stellar. He was targeted 15 times this year, only had 4 completions allowed. On balance, probably the best coverage safety I've ever had. And to quote Pep Guardiola, we cannot replace him. So those were our graduating seniors. Defensive line is getting obliterated. I'm losing my top 4 guys. I'm losing 3 of my top 4 corners. So this is going to hurt. But now we have a new problem, and it's called everyone wants to leave my team. I believe last I looked, the number was 9 players wanted to transfer. Let's see how many want to leave this time. Probably going to be like 11. I do have some names written down of the guys I want to keep, but it would be much easier if they're just not there. 10. Okay. So 10 players want to transfer. Let us go position by position. Quarterback is last. All right, running back. So both DeAndre Shorter and Edwin McNeil want to transfer. Very simple. Edwin McNeil is gone. Like he is gone. Never really played this season. When he did play in 2033, he just wasn't good enough. Despite having phenomenal potential, didn't have great offseason gains. He is gone. DeAndre Shorter, on the other hand, I redshirted this year as a JUCO guy, and I'm going to be honest. I'm going to convince him to stay. He wants 50 carries. He'll get that very easily. Nehemiah Ruffin was my 3rd running back for most of the season, and he got 84. So I think next year at running back, we're more or less set. Harmon, Shorter, Ruffin. We're running it back with this group. I would like to get guys like Oliver Simpson and Felipe Brinkley involved to some extent, but McNeil, definitely gone. Wide receiver, no one wants to transfer, which is lovely. And I'm not really going to cut anyone because I can't really afford to. Like, we're down to 10 guys. I do have some freshmen that I redshirted that have like really bad potential. I have a couple of JUCO guys down there, like Hudson Adair. For all intents and purposes, I should just cut, but there's always a chance that his speed goes up to like a 92. So who knows? Tight end, no one wants to transfer. However, there is 0 point in keeping 5 tight ends, especially when I only play really 2. So Maxwell Welsh is going to redshirt. Same with Jamal Williamson. Peyton Porter's my tight end 1. I did just redshirt Tristan Montiel. Doesn't look like any of these guys would be good at move to O-line. I might cut Oliver Perkins. Because, let's see, if I cut Perkins, I mean, to be fair, I have 15 open scholarships, so maybe I just shouldn't cut anybody. But having 6 tight ends seems a bit much. I'll run back. Okay. Let's talk O-line for a minute. My top 4 O-linemen obviously set with the 4 juniors. Eduardo Hicks played a decent amount, didn't get a lot of pancakes, allowed 3 sacks. Garrett Miles played decent amount, needs to get stronger. Patrick Compton, I think, is a really good run blocker. And we're definitely more on the pass blocking side outside of my top guys. So I think keeping him would be okay. He does want 60% of snaps, which means he would have to be in my top 5. And I don't think I'm ready to make that deal. I would honestly rather write him a check for 700,000 to get him back, because then if, let's say, I bring in one more O lineman, these guys are my top 4, transfer guys 5, Hicks, Miles, Compton are my 6, 7, 8. Think that's the move. Dylan Bowman gone. Like, just, yeah, no real discussion there. We are bringing in quite a few recruit O linemen with high potential, so hopefully those guys do really well for us. Kicker, we're not losing anyone. D line. Okay. So D line, I would say, is our biggest position of need. Outside, Felipe Clark was our number 3 D lineman, I think, last year. He's staying. Campaign was our number, I think, 5. He's staying. That is the end of the list. I need to keep one of Riddle or Russo, I think. Keeping both might be a bit much. Rousseau has 93 strength, but only 80 tackling, 80 block shed, whereas Riddle has 88 strength, 82 tackling, 78 block shed, but he has better pursuit, a little bit higher IQ. Rousseau wants 40% of snaps. So does Riddle. I think I'll promise Riddle 40% of snaps, which he will get. Because even if I bring in another D line, my top 4 guys will get that. So that's okay. Russo is gone. And then, Nicholas Durham might play a bit. Zachary Case, who has F plus potential and not athletic, he might play a bit. Linebacker, no one wants to transfer, thank God. Linebacker, I don't see as a position of need because I'm going to play a lot of these young guys because they've all got pretty good potential. Like Hussein has already contributed a little bit. Hoffman's contributed a bit. I'm playing the kids at linebacker. Like I'm not bringing anyone in. Corner. Okay. Let's all take a moment. Let's breathe. So, Bowie, Baird, and McConnell all want to leave. McConnell is gone. He has F potential. He's the worst of the group, I would say. I would honestly like to keep both Baird and Bowie because Bowie, really great speed, great in man coverage. Baird, great in man coverage, a little bit better in zone, not as quick. I think that's okay. McConnell's a little more balanced, but I don't know. Do they all want 40%? They do. I have Jameson Montiel behind him, Mario Combs. But yeah, I think Mario Combs is essentially Victor O'Connell. So McConnell's gone. If I keep Baird and Bowie, that's Carrera, Baird, Bowie as my 2-3. Maybe Montiel develops some athleticism. We'll probably look in the transfer portal for that. And Baird barely played last year. I kind of want to keep them both and offer them the snaps. Come what may. All right, safety. Nobody wants to leave. I don't think I want to cut anyone because Cade Nash is going to be our number one safety. Nathaniel Long is going to be our number two. Almanza can redshirt. Then Allison and Rivera can fight for my third. All right, so we're at 74 scholarships. So we have 11 open spots, of which I have 3 recruits that I'm trying to get right now. If we get Aiden Page, I don't think I need to bring in another wide receiver. Maybe I still do. Because, I mean, Eduardo Gates, he only caught 50% of the passes thrown his way. Like, it's a little bit worrisome. And these guys just, they don't have good potential. We'll see. Okay. Now, let's take a moment and let's see what Alejandro Finney wants. Okay. So the money we're not doing. 2.5 million is too much. We can't go in the transfer portal with 5.5 million. No. So, do we think Finney is going to be our starter next year? He has thrown 200 career passes in 9 games, 58% completion, 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 picks, QBR of 111. No real rushing stats to speak of. Does have a fumble. I think my problem with Finney is from when I got him in 2032, like he had A plus potential, and the only thing that's really improved has been his arm strength. And that's gone up by 10 in 2 years, which isn't nothing. Ball carrier vision has not moved. Accuracy has gone up by 4 in 2 years. IQ has gone up by 4 in 2 years. Like, do I really think he's going to take a jump his junior year? He might, but, you know, is that something I want to bake on? Marcelo Ray is also here. He was our third string this year. He's much more of a running QB, slinging the ball around. His accuracy isn't great. His IQ is even worse. I don't think he's a real option next year. We do have Alex Palmer, who, you know, in 1 year, arm strength went up by 4. Accuracy went up by 5. IQ didn't move, which is annoying. But, I mean, I think I'm in the camp that we let Finney go and see what we can get in the transfer portal. If not, there's a non-zero chance that Alex Palmer is our starting QB as a redshirt freshman next year. And that sounds kind of fun. It sounds terrifying, but it sounds kind of fun. I think we're going to let Alejandro Finney walk. And maybe that's the wrong decision. Maybe I look back on this and, you know, he explodes in the off season. But we'll see. All right, so I'm not going to cut anyone, I don't think, because the odds that I'll bring in 8 transfers is pretty low. So congratulations, tight ends. You all survived. And yeah, that's going to be that. So of the players, of the potential transfers, we're keeping Bowie and Baird at corner, Riddle at D-line, Shorter at running back, Compton at O-line. I'm letting Rousseau go at D-line, and then McConnell, McNeil, Finney, and Bowman all leave. I think the one that would come back to bite me is obviously Finney. None of the other guys transferring, I think, would move the needle. So let us advance. We're half an hour in, folks. Transfer portal is about to begin. If you're still here, you will be rewarded with what I can only will likely be a comedy of errors. Sure, it'll be fine. No, my frames. Man, this just the players transferring one is rough. Ooh, two players were drafted. Stone Nelson and Jose Kaplan, both drafted. Stone Nelson, I am going to add to Vanderbilt's Ring of Honor. Get him in. I think his production in 3 years was really good, injury notwithstanding. Get him on the list. It would appear that somehow no one drafted. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong year. Whoops. There we go. It would appear that no one drafted Cameron Hughes. He will be added to the Ring of Honor. A shame that no one drafted this man. Did they not see his coverage ability? Anyhow. Transfer portal, I don't even want to look. Actually, where does Finney rank in transfer QBs in terms of overall? Oh boy. He's on page 6. He is the 51st. Oh boy. Okay. Ring of Honor inductees, including the two guys that I inducted into Vandy's Ring of Honor. All right. Here we go. Let's advance to the transfer portal. Okay. Quick stock. So, of the 3 recruits, Mitchell, we're going to get without question. Talon Finley and Aiden Page, I think, will be fights. Page, I really want. So, he's going to get probably a great pitch to try to stave off Kentucky. Finley, I'm going to be honest, if Tulane snipes him, it's not the end of the world, but I do like him quite a bit. So I think they'll also get, a great pitch. Mitchell, I don't care about. So let us assume. So I have 11 scholarship spots open, 3 current recruits. So that's 8. Okay. Positions in need: QB, wide receiver, O-line, D-line, corner. Let's go shopping. First things first, the highest overall transfer, 87, safety from Rice. Poor Rice. Oh, wow. He has been a mercenary, hasn't he? Why would you go to Rice? Does he want to win? Yeah. So he wants to win. So he goes to Houston and then, man. And I don't need a safety. An 84 overall kicker. Fair enough. 88 interest. Ivan. What's OSU's interest? Oh, 100. Never mind. Thanks for coming out. All right, let's look at QB first. Let's not beat around the bush. Okay. I mean, the top QBs, they are interested in me. They would also probably cost a small fortune. Elias Young, I mean, of course, he's great. Russell Graham would be more of a running guy, which isn't quite what I need. Jalen Ford, a little more well-rounded. I like Donovan Kane, redshirt freshman. He's a lot more interested in SMU and Tulsa, though. So FSU, ooh, his potential's gone down every year. That's a little worrisome, but he's had pretty consistent offseason gains. So I'm not that worried. I like Kane, but do I like him more? I hate that this resets every time. I know I could just save it, but, whoops, I meant interest score. So I think Leong will add. Kane I'll add. And then these guys, the interest is too low, I think, compared to their other teams that it won't really matter. Yeah, no. So, okay, let's talk money. I have 8 million in NIL available. How much would it cost for the minimum to get Leo? 4.3. To get Kane, 3.3. So if I want Leon, that's half my NIL for 1 year. Oh, he redshirted. I'd get him for 2. At 81 arm strength does kind of worry me, but he has A minus potential still, and that hasn't changed since he was a freshman. But do I think 2 years of him is worth half of our NIL budget right now? To which the answer is I don't really think. Honestly, Donovan Kane is kind of calling my name more than Elias. He is a lot more interested in SMU and Tulsa than he is me. That's not nothing. For some reason, the AI thinks he won't start over Marcelo Ray, which is what's hurting me a lot in this. He also doesn't care about scheme fit that much. I kind of like Kane. Part of me, and it's a very small part of me, does want to roll with Alex Palmer as a redshirt freshman just to see how he does. But I'm acknowledging that's probably going to be disastrous. So bringing in Donovan Kane, I'd get him for 3 years. Like the question is, do I think this guy could be the next big QB at Vandy? And I think the answer is yes. However, I'm not going to offer anything or do NIL until I look at other stuff. So, okay. Wide receiver is our second biggest offensive need, I would say. Come on down. Redshirt freshman. Very nice. Who was the... Oh, yeah, it was this guy, but his interest in OSU was 100. Right. Okay. Are there any guys that I'm already ahead on without trying? Wow. 103 speed, 87 catching as a sophomore. Pretty good. Ooh, Gregory Pettick out of Syracuse. 92 speed, 84 evasion, 88 catching. The route running may very well fix itself. I'll add him to the list. Ooh, true freshman. Barnum wants to be a star, which is a bit tricky. Let's look at interest really quick. No, my frames. Robertson, I don't mind. Jet Clay, I think, is a little slow. Barlow would be good, but I'm competing with a lot of Florida schools. I do like Robertson. Did he play at Wake Forest? 70% catch percentage ain't bad. I kind of like them both. I'm going to add them both to the list and take a look at NIL and such. All right, O-line. Yep, done. What's the interest in Notre Dame? 95, you stuck. Alec Browning ain't bad. Did he play at Kentucky? He did. Not too shabby. I'll add him. Reese Archer, I mean, come on. Um, Not the greatest O-line list. I like Rex Johnson, but I'm pretty far behind on him. Whoops. Yeah, Browning I think is the one to go for. Dawson Alexander would be good depth, but his interest in me is a 44. So that's just kind of where that's at. I could try to get some high potential like freshmen, like Jonah Orr might not be a bad target just to fill up the depth. He'd be a sophomore with A minus potential. Has his potential changed since he was a recruit? Not from an A to an A minus, but I can kind of live with that. He's barely developed. I think that might not be the worst shout in the world to go for him. All right, so that's 2 O linemen, 2 wide receivers, of which I'm only taking 1. QB is a question mark. Defensive line. Oh boy. There is some interest. All of them are juniors, which is hilarious. Troy Pittman. Louisiana schools want him. I mean, Pierce is good. 92 block shed. That'll play. I like Heath a lot. Ooh, Josue Davidson has very good IQ also. 96 interest in TCU. Forget it. Ryder Wise, 97 interest in Cal. Forget it. Only 90 interest in Duke. I could talk myself into Brian Pierce, but he wouldn't be like a top 2 guy. I'll add him to the list. What about just pure points ahead? Trey Horton, 102 tackling. God, why couldn't his strength be better? You're a nose tackle with 60 strength. Where's your self-respect, man? Ohio kid. He's not bad. 88 block shedding. He wants to be a star, though, and I mean, what? Let's say he becomes a 78 overall. He'd be fighting with Riddle for reps. Why did I click out of that? I regret everything. I don't hate the idea of Dickerson. He's much more interested in Pitt, though. 700 behind is tough. 800 behind on Horton. Yeah. Yeah, Brian Pierce, I think, is the most realistic option if I'd want to get someone in the building. All right, let's look at corner. Okay. 81 overall. Zone guy, good speed, done. Yeah, because a lot of the corners, they know they're going to play. I think I only need one, though. Because I do kind of want to play the kids. 5-star freshman, please tell me he redshirted. What's the interest? 99 in Wisconsin. Forget it. Forget that. Justin Ellis. That ain't bad. What's the interest? 83. I'm tied with Rutgers. Add him to the list. So that's 11. I mean, that's my list there. I mean, if I get these two, then things come a little awkward at corner because I promised these guys 40% of snaps. So I think really I can only get one. So of these two corners, would I rather have 1 year of Chahan or 2 of Ellis? To which I honestly think the answer is 2 of Ellis. Like, I know I'm already ahead on Gideon, but Gideon is getting me great zone and kind of average at all the other defensive skills. Great athlete. Ellis is a slightly worse athlete. He's giving me even better, or no. Yeah, worse zone, better man, better tackler. I think I'm going to go for Ellis. Okay, so in terms of wide receiver, 86, 96. I think I'd rather take Robertson because I have a lot of speed guys already. And I'm a little scared about the route running. I think I'd rather take Robertson. Can I do both? How much money do they want? 1.2. So that's 2.3. I could go for both. All right, let's offer everyone on my list. And let's get money figured out right now. So, Jonah Orr, I'm going to see if I can get him without paying. So, 922,000 for Ellis. Pierce, 844. Or I'm leaving blank, but just for my curiosity. Actually, 190,000. I might as well just do it. Browning, 800,000. Robertson, 1.2 million. Rakaya, 1.2 also. That leaves me 2.8. Kane wanted how much? 3.5. So if I want Kane, I need to clear up 500,000 from this list. I think the easiest solve is just to only go for one of the wide receivers. Because right now at wide receiver, I mean, I might need them both. But if I don't have a great QB thrown to him, what's the point? Let me look at the QB. Let's take a deeper dive at the QBs really quick. So in terms of straight interest, Elias is the top, but I believe he wanted even more money. Correct? Yeah, he wanted 4.3. So that's just objectively not happening. Man, why did I click off? Russell Graham. Russell Graham's more of a runner, doesn't have great accuracy. I don't really want to go for a guy that's the thing. I don't want to go for a guy for 1 year. Because that doesn't seem like a great investment. Someone like Devin Masters also would be solid, but the interest just isn't there. Like, not a lot of the QBs want to come to me. Jalen Ford could be convinced, but again, that's 1 year. Levi Lynn. Levi Lynn. Interest is a 47. Let's get that out of the way. But he redshirted at Wisconsin. I mean, the potential stayed the same. Got pretty good boosts, though. God, I really just rolled a nat 1 on Finney's development, didn't I? I could be convinced into Levi Lynn. Jalen Ford, I think, would be good, but I assume I can't afford him because he's a senior. He's going to be a senior. He's going to want, yeah, 3.6. Same issue. How much does Levi Lynn want? 2.4A. 2.4A. All right, so Kane is going to be a sophomore, 92, 86, 76. Objectively is better than Levi Lynn, but kind of tempted in Levi Lynn. The C minus potential is a little worse, but with Kane, listen, I'm fighting with SMU and Tulsa, who have 12 and 13 higher interest in him, respectively. And I can't really afford him. So the question now becomes, do I go for Levi Lynn? Because Lynn has right now 76, 82, 84. Palmer is a 78, 78, 67. So he has a better arm. Unlikely the accuracy catches up in 1 year, but it could, and then the IQ is never going to hit Lynn's. You have no idea how much I want to try to see if Alex Palmer can be the next good Vandy QB. But, I mean, with Levi Lynn, I can afford him. We get him in the building. And if he's great, if he has a good off-season development, if the arm strength improves, we're in business. The 76 arm strength is just a little scary to me because, I mean, there's a decent chance that goes up from like +0 to +3, and then it hurts me a lot. I think I'm going to offer him a scholarship. I'm not going to offer NIL yet. Everyone else, though, I'm offering NIL right now. So that's what, 10? So I have one more open spot, and I have like 400,000 available, assuming I want to go for Lynn. Very simple. I'm looking for a potential. Man, he's really good. It's a shame he wants to be a star. Dumas. Coverage safety. Get him in the building. And I could end up so far ahead of Georgia Tech that I don't even need to pay him money. Oh, but I can afford it. It's a sign. Okay, so in terms of priority, I think Robertson's 1, Browning is 2, Gregory is 3, Page is 4. I really want to get him in the building. Pierce, Ellis, Lynn, Dumas, or Mitchell Finley. And that's my priority order. In terms of points ahead, though, I'm just going to give my best pitches to the guys that I'm furthest behind on. I'm not going to do a pitch to Orr, though. And the good news is I'm going after so few amount of guys that everyone can get a pitch. Oh, I suppose I might as well offer everyone pitches then. All right, so that's my 11. That's my 11. I think that's a good list. Since I'm bringing in Page, so assuming Page, Gregory, and Marcos all play, that's 3. Gavin Butler is definitely playing. Eaton's playing. That's my 5. Gates is 6 again. I'm kind of okay with that. Actually, yeah, I'm very much okay with that. All right. That's my list. Let us advance 1 week. Only took us 55 minutes, but we got there. Okay. Before I do anything else, let's see who is interested in Finney. Northern Illinois. And he might play there. Okay. Okay. Northern Illinois. Fair enough. All right. Let's look at the damage. We're going to fight for Lynn. Okay. I mean, everyone else we're ahead on. How far am I ahead on Dumas? Okay. I don't need to offer Dumas NIL because I'm so far ahead of Georgia Tech, I can tank the difference. Does Lynn care about money? Oh, he does. I think I'm going to go for Lynn. Like, he's going to be a redshirt freshman, and it gives me some insurance if Palmer struggles. I do feel bad sniping the Indiana QB from Ball State and Purdue. But I think that's where we're at. Louisville hasn't offered a scholarship for Browning. Everyone else has offered scholarships. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. All right. Let's offer the money to Lynn. I could have just typed it in, but it's more fun to button mash. 2.5 million. All right. So that leaves us 388,000 in the bank as needed. All right. Lynn is also going to get my ace pitch. That gives me 848 points. That puts me just under 600 ahead before Ball State does anything, which I think is okay. Yeah, and I'm not going to offer Dumas because it looks like we'll get him no matter what. Okay. Next question. Who cares about NAL the most? Robertson, Dumas, who doesn't need it, and Ellis. Okay. So if I add this 388K on the end, it'll be to Robertson, Ellis, maybe Browning. All right, that's my list. Let's advance day 3. We're now all in on Levi Lynn, which, may be a bad decision. Maybe it's not. Ooh, NC State just went hard for Robertson. And Louisville went hard for Browning. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, I'm just going to pump all my remaining money. That gives me 176. Gets me 212. I think I'll get Ellis. I think I'll get Perkea. So it's a question of these two, who do I give the money? I think it's Browning. I'm going to offer Browning the 1.108. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, at the moment, Ball State has jumped me. They also have not offered money. So who knows? Ball State could end up with the kid. But I would rather offer the money to Browning to help stave off Louisville. Is that a bad call? Hold on. Clear. Total NIL deal is below 800,000. I am offering you 800,000. Don't lie to me, game. Levi Lynn, extremely. So if I offer him my remaining money, it only goes up by 68 points. Yeah, I think I'd rather give the money to Browning. That might come back to haunt me, but we'll see. All right. Everyone else, we'll give our best pitch that we can to. It looks like we are going to get Finley from Tulane. Very good. I'm not offering money to Dumas. So if Georgia Tech gets within 1,000, Dumas is going to go, which honestly, let's be frank, we're kind of fine with. In case I don't get someone, let me look really quick. Are there any recruits? Not 1-star. Are there any 2-star or even? I wish Jonathan's quick potential was above an F plus. Like I could work with that. Screw it. I can work with Brewer. All right. If we don't get one of the guys, Brewer is going to be my consolation prize. If we don't get one of these guys, we'll get Brewer, who I would probably move to corner. Okay. So that's my list. I think of the transfers, I think Lynn, Browning, Pierce, and Orr are the ones in question. Odds are I should be able to get everyone from Robertson up, hopefully, as I ominously drop more frames. It's a sign. We're doomed. All right. Everyone, let's take a drink. Okay. I am aware that I'm offering one over. It's fine. So, yeah. If we miss out on one of our top guys, then we just won't get Brewer. And I'm okay with that. All right. Here we go. Signing day. We advance. Here we go. Folks, did we get freshman transfer from Wake Forest, wide receiver, Marcos Robertson? Yes, we did. NC State offered money, but we get him by 138. That's huge. That's huge. Get him in the building. Potentially our number one wide receiver as a sophomore. Okay. Arguably our most important transfer. 4-star sophomore, who's going to be a straight junior because Kentucky played him as a freshman, Alec Browning. Oh, wow. Louisville did an ace pitch, offered all their money, and they got Browning. That means there are no O-line reinforcements on the way. It's a little scary, but it's fine. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Browning would have been a great fifth O-line for us. All right, he goes to Louisville. Fair enough. All right, do we get 4-star redshirt freshman transfer Gregory Perkin? We do indeed. UMass, ran out of gas. Boston College, UConn, too little, too late. All right. Do we get JUCO Aiden Page? We do. There's now an argument that I should redshirt Aiden Page his first JUCO year. Because right now he'd be my wide receiver 4. I'll think about it. All right, defensive line, 3-star transfer, Richard Jr. Brian Pierce. Goes to us. North Carolina could not make the push, so we get Pierce. He will compete with Riddle probably for that third, fourth D line spot. Pretty good so far. Justin Ellis, redshirt sophomore transfer. Come on down. UMass offered 1.4 million. Still couldn't get him. That's two guys now I've taken from UMass. All right. Here's the big one. Levi Lynn, a player we believe could be our future quarterback for the next 4 years. Who gets him? Ball State. Wow, it wasn't even close. Woo! Both IU and Ball State offers him 3 point. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, the only way we match that money is if we just wouldn't have gone for Browning. And even then, I don't know if the lack of interest in us makes up the difference. I am a little annoyed that the playing time for him is a D. Like, I understand that Marcelo Ray right now is a 79 overall, but Ray's probably not going to be my starter next year. So Levi Lynn really, that should have been like a B. I think that's, whatever. James Dumas, redshirt freshman, transfer, goes to Georgia Tech. They sniped us. Fair enough. They offered him money. At the end, we don't get Dumas either. I mean, that's fine. We get Brewer, so that helps. We were 2,000 points back, but Iowa just didn't offer a scholarship. Fair enough. All right, Jonah Orr, come on down. Pretty good, A minus potential. Going to be a sophomore O lineman. Sergio Mitchell, we know we get, and Talon Finley, we know we get. So, in all honesty, good. I think wide receiver is solved. Defensive line and corner are solved. But we failed to get the QB we wanted in the transfer portal. We failed to get the O lineman we wanted. That hurts. Us not getting Dumas is fine. I don't really care about that. But losing out on Browning especially, he would have walked into our starting O line room and really helped the transition after next season. So that hurts. And no Levi Lynn. That's rough. I will put his name down as someone to check in on at Ball State. Finney, I'm going to assume went to Northern Illinois, and I'll see after offseason gain how they did. Okay, so this is our class. We do get a pair of 4-star recruits, 1 4-star transfer. Everyone else is 3-star, and then 2-star Justin Ellis, 2-star River Boyd. So in terms of recruiting rankings, we are 67 in the country. In the SEC, we are second from the bottom. Ole Miss, the only team beneath us. And also then, I think we're of 12, I missed out on 3, so 9. Yeah, so we're going to have 2 walk-ons next year, I think. All right. Well, kind of a mixed bag. Oh, God. Good news, our prestige is a 5. Bad news, our school level plummeted. All right, let's figure this out. NIL, we're going to the max. Coaching staff, let's pay our debts. Okay. So, here's where I'm thinking. College life, I can leave it a 9. I'm okay with that. Academics, I would like to get back up to an 11 if possible. Marketing, I would like to get all the way to an 8 because I think we need we need better bonuses for NIL. So I'm tired of losing out on guys to that. So then the question is, I got 19 million to get stadium to 7 costs 6, to get facilities to 10 costs 13. All right, hold on. Yeah, we're short by like pennies. If I lose 1 million in NIL, yeah, that's what I'll do. And then I'll just put the rest into NIL. All right. So I'm missing out on about 430,000 in NIL, but in exchange, I am keeping the stadium at 7 and getting the facilities to 9. I think that's a good trade. I'll take that. All right. So prestige goes to 5, which is awesome. Remember, in my first year at Vandy, it was a 2. Um, Stadium stays at 7. Facilities go to 9. College life drops to 9. Or excuse me, facilities go to 10. College life drops to 9. Marketing goes up to 8. Academic stays at 11. I'll take that. Here's the earnings breakdown. We got every donor goal, which was huge. That was massive. We got the exact number of sacks the gold donor wanted. That was big. And then we lost 1 million in scheduling, but that's okay. All right. Booster updates. I assume it's going to stay the same. 1 diamond, 3 gold, barring any catastrophe. Catastrophe has happened. We have lost a gold due to financial difficulties. I get a silver and a bronze. All right. All right. So I get 1 gold, 1 diamond, 2 gold, a silver, and a bronze boosters now. That's fine. Yeah. And Colton Snell, he's not even going inactive. He's just straight up done. Okay. Realignment. So there's realignment if I want it. Kentucky would go to the American. Ole Miss would go to the American. The SEC wouldn't get anybody. We would drop to 14. Minnesota in the Mountain West feels cursed. Honestly, I'm kind of fine with this alignment. Kentucky and Ole Miss going to the American feels rough, though. So the new league structure. So this would be the SEC. So instead of 4 divisions, it would be 2. And of course, I'm in the division with Georgia, Bama, and Auburn. Thanks, game. So Big Ten would then go to 2 divisions of 14. ACC, 2 divisions of 14. Big 12 is 1 of 10. Pac 10 is 2 of 12. Mountain West is 2 of 14. You know what? Let's do it. Let's allow the realignment. I think in previous saves, I've canceled it or haven't let it happen. Why not? Rutgers and Texas Tech is in the MAC. Oh no. Texas Tech in the MAC? I mean, that's just fun. I could try a new realignment to shuffle it, but I think I'm okay with it. Kentucky going to the American is hilarious. Yep, let's do it. I will let the alignment take place. So that means I'll play everyone in my division, which is six, three non-con is nine. So I'll play three teams from the West Division every year. I'll take it. All right, let's do it. Realignment happens. Okay, schedule configuration. So Pitt and Mizzou are my other two out of conference ones. All right, let's look at my schedule right now. So home Texas, at South Carolina, home Mississippi State, at Tennessee, at Florida, at Bama, good God, at LSU, home Auburn, home Georgia. So I play my rival in week 7, which is a bit awkward. I would like to change my week 1 game. Can I get a single away? Florida State will do it. Washington will do it. That's about it. Let's play. Let's go to Washington. And then, yeah, I think I'll save Boston College for another year. Um, yeah, and then Jacksonville State and Pitt, I'm fine with. So that means my home games for recruits, Texas, Mississippi State Giants will say, I have a bye in week 4. Good God, that's terrible. Pitt, Auburn, Georgia. That's not great for recruiting visits. I mean, Auburn, Georgia at the end is awesome. But in terms of early ones, we don't got a lot. Yeah. All right. Let that be the schedule. Let's advance. All right. Nothing is changing in the settings. Let us advance to a new year, 2035. Conference realignment has taken place. No new teams in the SEC, but Kentucky and Ole Miss have left the building. They've been sent down to the American. Texas Tech in the MAC is hilarious. Can you imagine? With their oil money, they would win the MAC in a year. They would go undefeated without question. All right, position changes. So the ones I have written down, Brewer is going to corner. So yeah, then in terms of corner, it's Carrera, Ellis, Bowie, Baird in any particular order, and then Combs or Montiel in the back. Any linebackers that would make great. Yeah, linebacker. Listen, we're going to play a lot of the kids. I hope they get really good potential gains. If they don't, I'm kind of scared. I think D line, we should be okay. But, after our top 4, it's a little scary. Yeah. We have a lot of seniors too. We're gonna have a lot. O line, listen, I think we'll probably be okay, but my only concern is like Eduardo Hicks struggled last year. Garrett Miles struggled last year. Patrick Compton redshirted. So a lot of more unproven guys. Would any tight ends? I mean, Maxwell Welsh would allegedly make a good wide receiver. None of these guys would make like a good O lineman. Maybe Montiel, but he only get 2 off-season gains at that potential, and Welsh is tiny. I think I'm going to move Montiel to O-line. I mean, he's small, so he's going to take the. Yeah, that might not be worth it. Because right now, who's my backup tight end? Probably Perkins, but he can't really block. I'm going to move Montiel to wide receiver. I acknowledge it makes him like my worst wide receiver, but, you know, shrug. God, I have so many wide receivers down here. I really should have cut like either Joe Richardson or Hudson Adair. I'll keep him at tight end. Whatever. All right, no positional changes. All right, so this is our QB room going into next year. Marcelo Ray, the highest overall. He has a cannon. He can run, but he's not very accurate. His IQ sucks. Alex Palmer, I think, is a bit more well rounded, but the IQ is still bad. He has no speed whatsoever. Talon Finley, he is going to redshirt, obviously. So this is going to be interesting. Is it Marcelo Ray? Is it Alex Palmer? Who is going to be our number one quarterback? It is time for the offseason gains. Advance the week. All right, everybody. In a QB, I want to see a +5. We need a +5. Everyone get your lucky charms. You know, whatever a lucky item means to you, get it. We are manifesting a +5 in the QB room. Everyone, breathe. Prepare yourself for what is to come. I'm not scared at all. Till I am petrified. I am actually fearful. Well, the O line's okay. A 9, a 6, and a 6 is wonderful. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Here we go. Give me a +5. Oh, folks, their pictures didn't even load. That's how much the game is disgusted by this. You know what? Palmer is an A- now. All right. So Ray, arm strength doesn't move, which is fine. Accuracy goes up by 4. IQ goes up by 4. A little quicker, a little better ball carrier vision. Palmer, it's a +1, guys. His IQ is a +1. So he's at 79 arm strength. That barely moved. +5 accuracy is good. 68 QBIQ. I mean, Ray has 2 better IQ. He has 10 better arm strength, 8 worse accuracy. It really should be Ray at quarterback. But man, I like Alex Palmer. Finley, his potential got better, +4 accuracy and +2 IQ. Good job, Finley. God, this is depressing. All right, running back. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Harmon +6, 114 ball carrier vision, 100 strength, get in. DeAndre Shorter is going to be our running back 2, 94 speed, good ball security now. Ruffin in the ball security department, he's looking good. +11 ball carrier vision, +6. He might honestly be the number 2. I think Shorter's going to start as the number 2 to get him the carries. We'll go from there. Brinkley +5. He's more athletic now, +8 ball carrier vision. I see you. I see you. And Simpson's ball security is still 66. Cool. Wide receiver. Oh boy. Okay. So, yep. Gavin Butler +6, speed better, route running, evasion. Robertson +6, 100 route running. That'll play. +4 for Eaton. His catching still isn't great. Perkea's route running didn't move. Okay, it's fine. Roy Cobb. Yeah, in the catching department, we're a little scary. Aiden Page is looking good. Eduardo Gates, who played as a true freshman. I might redshirt Gates his sophomore year, which I know feels a bit awkward, but I'm not playing 7 wide receivers. Oh, Hudson Weber got a lot better in route running. Got stronger. Connor Fry sucks. Joe Richardson is getting a little better, and Hudson Adair should be cut. Okay. Ooh, River Boyd, A- potential. Yeah, I think I'll need to decide. One of Aiden Page or Eduardo Gates is going to redshirt. So I'll have to kind of make that decision. I'm a little disappointed that Gates' potential got worse and he didn't get that much better since I played him as a true freshman. All right, tight end. Whole Christian Van is awesome. All right, so Peyton Porter +8 catcher, much better blocker. Montiel, yeah, I should have moved him to O-line. I should have moved him to O-line. Whatever, it's fine. Christian Van goes up by 8. Much better strength, better catcher, good. I think he's going to be my second tight end again. Montiel can just sit on the bench and kind of cry. Perkins +4. Welch's potential gets better, +6 catching. Not great from Williamson, but that's okay. O-line, very good at the top. Looks like, oh, Crockett. Look at this man. I love him. Skylar Casey up by 11 pass block. Cobb by 8. Murphy's a better run blocker. Good. I mean, my top 4 O linemen all have 90 overall or higher. Like, that'll do. Wardo Hicks still can't run block. Compton can't pass block. Garrett Miles, much better run blocker. Emerson Anthony got worse in the pass block department. Austin got a bit better. Ooh, the recruits. Sergio Mitchell, stronger, better pass block. Xavier Powers, potential goes up, much better blocker. All right, the future is looking bright. But yeah, after our top 4, the O-line gets a little shaky, but that's okay. Kicker! Blaine Larson, +1 power, 4 accuracy. Roach, +2 punt power, 1 accuracy. All right. I mean, Roach is going to be my punter still for his 4th year. And then Larson can take punting. This is also the year that we need to find a kicker in recruiting. D-line. Oh. Ain't that nothing but a thing? +6 for Felipe Clark. He's a god. 107 strength, 100 block shed. Campaign, great. Brian Pierce to transfer, great. Leo Riddle, God, you suck. I shouldn't say that. That's mean. Nicholas Durham, pretty good gains. Zachary Case, barely improved. Potential got better, though. He's obviously going to redshirt. Because I think Darren Payne is going to play on the back end of my D-line group. I think we redshirt Pace, especially because our top 4 D linemen are all seniors. I'd rather redshirt the JUCO, go from there, but that does make us really susceptible to injury on the D-line. Oh, yeah, we're playing the kids. Folks, we're playing the kids. Miles Bryan +6. Folks, we're playing the kids. All right, so Shepard +4. Awesome. Shepard number 2 +4. Awesome. I definitely read Wood and said Shepard. Hoffman, pretty good, +7. Hussein Bryan, okay. Okay. Yeah, we're going to play the kids, I think. Miles Bryan, Reginald Chandler. I think they're probably going to play over some of the other guys. We have a tackling problem. Hussein's 89. Chandler's 84. On is a 76, 66. We kind of have a tackling problem. It's fine. Corner. Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, good for Montiel. He's now one of our best coverage corners, but Baird barely improved. Dude, he got worse. His man coverage got worse. Whatever. Well, that's my top 5 corners then. Carrera is obviously number 1. Wow, Bowie barely improved too. I mean, he got quicker and stronger, but defensively, he just didn't move. Jamison Montiel is going to be my 3rd corner, and these two can just suck it. Wow. I didn't expect Montiel to improve so much. I mean, Baird, his potential went up to an A-. So I have a feeling I'm going to take some integrity hits here, folks. Easily improved, but his man coverage got worse. Okay. Safety. All right. Not terrible. Caden Ash gets a little better. Nathaniel Long, much better tackler, better in coverage. Braden Almanza, I'm going to redshirt. I think we're going to play Ishmael Allison as our 3rd safety. Because then Long graduates. Almanza can be our 2nd or 3rd safety next year. I think I prefer that over him being our 3rd safety this year and probably 3rd safety again next year. Okay. So in terms of biggest gain, Crockett at 9, Christian Vaughn, who was our backup tight end last year, had 3 targets for 1 catch and 6 yards. Good man. Goes up by +8. Lowest +1s for our punter, a guy we thought would be our 3rd corner, and then just some depth, new recruits. Oh, Brewer, I didn't realize his potential got worse. That's a shame. Okay. Overall, I mean, everything besides QB is fine, but good Lord, what am I going to do at QB? All right, let's advance the game plan install. Let's just get this out of the way. Same coordinators, same scheme. Here's our roster. God help us. Let's go to the spring. Oh, boy. Man. Palmer only going up by 3 hurt. But I mean, he did just redshirt. It's not like he played or anything. So from that standpoint, I get it. All right, first things first, depth chart. So 24. 50. Okay. So quarterback. What do I want to do? Finley red shirts, duh. What do I do? I mean, it has to be Ray. Like, I like Palmer's accuracy, but his IQ is just a touch lower and his arm strength is 10 worse. And Ray at least gives me a little bit of running ability. Yeah, I think we're gonna sit Palmer this year. Go out there with Marcelo Ray. See what happens. I'm a little worried. Let me though check now really quick before I forget. Where did Alejandro Finney end up? Okay, his potential got worse and his overall only went up by 1. Yep, his arm strength got worse, his accuracy only went up by 1, and his IQ only went up by 1. This guy's a fraud. Like, look at this. The man had A plus potential after I redshirted him. And in 3 offseason gains, his accuracy goes up by 5, IQ goes up by 5. Useless. Useless to me. Is he going to start for Northern Iowa or Illinois? He is over Charles Wise. Wait, they got both? Oh, no, he was always there. Okay. All right, Finney. Good luck in the MAC. If you go up, are they going up against Texas Tech this year? They are. Good luck in the MAC. Oh, no. Actually, Finney, hold on. I need to look at you again because I need your team. Northern Illinois. Do they play Ball State? No. Curse you. I need a way to look at Ball State. There we go. Ball State. Lynn's not even their starter. I'm so done. Oh, I'm so upset. He's not even. If they play this gunslinger over Lynn, they paid him $3.2 million. How'd he do in gains? Overall went up by 3. Potential plummeted though. Arm strength got worse. Accuracy up by 5. IQ up by 7. Yeah, he would have started for us, obviously. That goes without saying. But, like, they're not even going to. Whatever. Whatever. All right, so right now, Marcelo Ray is our starter. I am leaving open the door, though, for an Alex Palmer charge. We'll see. Running back, I think I'm going to start it with Shorter being the second back to get him reps and see how he does. But, I mean, Harmon is clearly the guy. So he's going to start out there. Brinkley, Simpson, I think will be okay depth. Wide receiver. All right, so this is where I have to make a couple tough calls. Robertson, I think, is 1. Butler is 2. Gregory's 3. Eaton over Cobb, I agree. Cobb also, like last year, killing me. So, like, is Cobb, do I even want to play Cobb? Like, he's quicker than Gates, but he's a worse catcher than Page. He can run a route better than Page, but worse than Gates. He's got the best evasion. Part of me wants to drop Cobb and have Page be my 5 and Gates be my 6. I think that's honestly fine. And that saves me from having to redshirt either of them. which I'm okay with playing like Page's first year, especially because, Gregory and Marcos, they're both redshirt sophomores. So, yeah, I think Cobb honestly is going to be dropped, which, may be unfair, but I don't need his 89 speed. Page has 96, Gregory's 98. I think I'm okay there. Weber is going to be 8, and then these guys can all just fight each other. Tight end, a couple red shirts at the bottom. I only play 2 tight ends, and Montiel is going to sit and probably threaten to transfer. So be it. And I want to keep playing Van. O-line. Okay. I have many players to redshirt, which is good because I have many, many seniors. Also, shout out the name Jesus One will never not be amazing. Okay, so 8 guys. Crockett is 1. AC is 2. Cobb is 3. Murphy is 4. Now the question becomes 5, 6, 7, 8. I think, do I want Hicks or Miles to be my 5? Last year, Hicks got 5 pancakes, allowed 3 sacks. Miles, 6 pancakes, 5 sacks. I think I would prefer Hicks for the pass block. Miles at 6. Then I think still Compton at 7 for the run block. Emerson Anthony over Malachi Austin, I think is the correct decision. Unfortunate for Austin that he's going to sit again. And yeah, then I got my 4 high potential recruits. They're all going to redshirt. Very good. All right, D-line. So I think I'm going to redshirt Zachary Case, and I'm going to play some of the kids. Clark is 1, duh. Payne is 2, Pierce is 3, Riddle is 4. I hope that gets him 40% of snaps. I think it should. And then I'm debating going down to 5 defensive linemen because Darren Allen, while he's got good strength and okay block shed, he can't tackle, and his IQ sucks. I'm tempted to drop to 5 and play Durham over Darren Allen. I think that's what I'll do. I'll see if I like it. Diego Pierce just isn't strong. Jasper Rice is not looking very good. All right, linebacker is definitely 6. And I think really the only question is who is 5 and who is 6. Hayden Woods 1. Wyatt Shepard is 2. Nathan Hoffman is 3. Hussein is 4. 4 and 5 and 6, or excuse me, 5 and 6. I wish Elijah On had better strength. He would have been a really good D lineman. I kind of like this. I think Miles gives me really good block shed ability, solid tackler. Reginald Chandler, I think, needs to be out there because he has the tackling ability, decent in coverage, good IQ. Elijah On, I think, can be an okay sort of backup. Then the chips sort of fall where they may. Okay. Corner. Oh, God. So I only play with 5 corners. So behold my top 5. Problem is both Baird and Bowie want 45%, which means I have to do that. It is harsh on Montiel. He is probably my second best coverage corner, but he has the worst tackling. He has the worst speed. So I think I'll keep him for the back end. Yeah, and then Combs 6, Beasley 7. That'll be that list. But yeah, I think we're really young at corner, which is good. Safety, redshirt Braden, and Dominic Boswell. Nash, Long, Allison. Bing, bang, boom. Kicker will be Larson. Punter will be Roach. Return specialist. I kind of want. I kind of want Gavin Butler because he gets me the speed, he gets me the evasion. His ball carrier vision is a little lacking, but I'll take that trade. DeAndre Shorter might actually be a better option. I think I'll start it. I'll start it with Butler and see how he does. All right, that's my depth chart. I think I like it a lot. I am terrified that if one of our star O linemen or linebackers get injured, that we're doomed. QB is obviously its current situation. But I think that's my team. So this is where we're looking. I have 18 seniors. It's quite a few. 5 of them at O line, 4 at D line, 3 at linebacker. So that's that. Okay, let's talk recruiting needs. Quarterback. I don't think I need to recruit one. Like, I think either Marcelo Ray takes over and is my starter for 2 years, or we ride the Alex Palmer train to victory. Running back, Harmon's going to be gone. Ruffin's going to be gone. I'm not redshirting anyone this year, so I think running back is a need. Wide receiver, I'm redshirting Boyd. Yeah, I think I'll take a look. I don't want it to be a high-end wide receiver because Eaton is the only senior that's playing and going to graduate. Tight end, I'm good. O-line, yes. Always recruit O-line, regardless of how the room looks. Kicker, yes. I think Larson is going to kick and punt next year. So I'll need a guy to redshirt. D-line, yes. I mean, I'm losing my top 4. And outside of Darren Allen, I don't have great potential behind him. Linebacker, yes. My top 3 linebackers are all seniors. And I do have some juniors who, if they don't transfer, will probably play next year, but better get the guys in the door. Corner, I think we're okay. I don't have any seniors. I do have a handful of juniors, though, but I mean, the kids that I have to play there. Safety, not really. I think I'll put corner / safety since, I'll only have Nash for 1 more year after this. Almanza, I don't think is very good. Allison isn't great. Yeah, corner / safety. All right, so I think our needs running back, wide receiver, O line, and offense. Defense, D line, linebacker, corner, safety, and then we need a kicker. Okay, recommended targets. Give me the names. Good God, the best Shuka wide receiver in the country. What is the interest? 89 to Georgia, go away. I don't need to look at this list. We're doing this. Well, no, I should probably look. Okay. Alex Crump, 5-star. What's the interest? 80. What's your potential? C is rough. He is loyal, though. I'll add him to the list. Alejandro Fong, D lineman. What's your potential? Oh, God. Oh, no. Go away. 94 interest in Auburn. Forget it. 88 interest in Bama. No. Man. I mean, Julian Pettit would be really good. I'll add him to the list. Curtis Castaneda. No. Athlete that they put at linebacker. Wow, this is not looking good. Aha! Raymond Veal. A minus potential. And list. A QB. Cole Helly. Let me see if I can find out what that IQ is. I mean, he's never going to be a runner, but that's fine. Arm strength of 71 is a little scary because, I mean, that could take 3 years to get to an 80. What's the interest? 90 in Northwestern. I mean, that's going to be tough to claw away from. We could try. I'll add him to the list, but I don't think it's going to be worth it. Well, I'm already ahead on this running back. Mine as well. Justin Fox wants to go to OSU. I'll add the linebackers that I'm already ahead on, but it's not looking great. This guy just doesn't want to go anywhere. Fair enough. Costello, welcome to Vandy. Brian Haley could be good. Ooh, 91 in Auburn. You don't want to go to Auburn. David Lynn looks very good, but I imagine, yeah, his interest in Wisconsin's an 88 for crying out loud. A lot of safeties want to come play for me, which, I'm okay with, but do they know they're not going to play for 2 years? JUCO running back would solve a lot of issues. Ooh, a man specialist. Get him in the building. McNeil. Doesn't look great, but I'll add him to the list. Ooh, a kicker. 72 interest in me versus 87 for A&M. I doubt I beat that. I'll add Angel Patrick to the list. 94 in Bama. Come on, man. I'll add him to the list. All right, so that's 14. We got a QB. We don't have any O linemen. All right, let's look. First of all, is there any 5-star out there that actually wants to come play for me? Answer yes, but they very much would rather play at other schools, which is fair. 90 interest in Georgia, I'm not beating. 90 interest in Notre Dame, I'm not beating. Alex Crump might be the one that we just fight for. JUCO wide receiver is genuinely the worst position that I could get a JUCO for, especially a top guy. And all the 5-stars are going to play anyway. Now, does not look like any 5-stars are going to be in our cards. Maybe we get Crump, but I doubt it. Okay. Let us look straight interest. Anyone at 100? No one's at 100. 100, listen, I automatically get you. You are terrible, and your name is Arian Love. No comment. Jimmy Poole, who allegedly I'm already ahead on, does not look very good, but he's already on my list, so why not? Xander Richard as a JUCO doesn't look bad, but I might have to redshirt him year one. All these kickers want to go to frickin' Bama. Only one of you guys can play. You do know that, right? Let me actually just specifically look at kicker really quick. All right, so there are some kickers that want to come play for me. They also all want to go to Duke for whatever reason. JUCO wouldn't be bad because I'd redshirt him year one, then have a kicker locked in for 2 years. It's not a bad idea. I think I'll look at these. I'm here. Literally, what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do I have? I have 7 kickers. I'm just going to grab the top 10 and I'll send them to camp 1 week and just figure out who's good and who's bad. All right, let's take a good, hard, long look at quarterback, shall we? So the top QBs have little interest in going. Villanueva is the only one that does, and his potential sucks, and he is inaccurate. So I think Cole Kelly is going to be the fight, but he really wants to go to Northwestern. Because he cares a lot about college life, which Northwestern has as an S. Fair, I guess. But I mean, Kelly would still likely redshirt. So I'd still need a QB for next year, which that's okay, I guess. All right. Wide receiver, I kind of got my guy already, but it looks like it's a decent crop this year. Damian Perry, get in the building. Herring, you have no speed whatsoever, but get in the building. Am I ahead on any of them besides Perry? McCormick. F plus catching. No comment. I'll look at those 3 and see. Tight end, I don't care about. O-line. Oh boy. None of the top O linemen want to come to my school. JUCO lineman, genuinely, I need. Let me just filter down to JUCO really quick. No. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. No. Yes. Not a lot of pass blockers in this JUCO group, I must say. Kind of scared. All right, I'll look at those guys and go from there. All right, so that's a JUCO crop. So listen, I'm losing what, 5 O linemen to graduation, so I mean Birch just isn't good. Like even if that pass block is, let's say, a 68, I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, this is a very bad O line group. For the heck of it, I'll add Burks to the list, but it's not great. It's a little worrisome, but so be it. Linebackers I have, corners I have. All right. I think that's a pretty good starting list. In terms of who I want to send to camp, I'm just going to do the top guys that I added. Actually, let me do it by recruiting rating. I'll just get the top guys in there. Okay. And then everyone else can just get the best pitches I can give them. Whoops. So be it. Then the kicker can get a good pitch. All right. Let's auto practice and auto assign training. Let go. I'm so tempted to play redshirt freshman Alex Palmer at QB. What if he's great? Probably not, but what if he is? What if he is? All right. All right, let's go position by position. So QB, I think we already know that. I think we'll go for Crump. 90 interest in Northwestern's a pretty big number, but we'll see what happens. Running back, okay, give me potential. Ooh, A plus for McNeil. Patrick, scout you once. Come on, give me your ball security. 76 compared to really 85 for Carlo Mann's pretty good. Hmm. I think honestly, I might need two running backs. I think McNeil is definitely one of them. Is he? Yeah. So then I think, yeah, I think Calhoun's definitely off the list because with that potential, even though he has a 79, still not going to be great. Yeah, I think Haley's off the list. So it's between Mann and Patrick. I mean, Patrick has 90 speed, but only 76 ball carrier vision. Mann, I mean, he's not quick. He's not particularly strong. I am competing with Oregon for Patrick. I think I'm going to go Mann. I know I'm losing out on A minus potential, but I think I'd rather take the guaranteed ball security and hope that he just gets quicker. So yeah, these will be the two running backs I go after then. That position is sorted. Wide receiver. Ooh. Very nice. Costello has good potential. What's his speed? I ask again. 80. I'll take it. I don't need two. I have too many young wide receivers. I think Herring is out. I know he's loyal, but his speed's a D. So Perry versus Costello. I like Perry's potential, but I also don't want to have to fight Tennessee for the Tennessee kid. However, I'm fighting Auburn and Bama for Costello. I'll leave them both on the list and I'll send them both to camp. See what we get. Tight end, I don't think I looked at anyone. No. All right, let's look at all these O linemen, shall we? I'm going to send all the ones whose potential I don't know to camp. I mean, I'll go for Burks. I don't think he's going to be any good, but YOLO. Solomon, great pass block, bad strength. Run block's probably even worse. I'm out. We'll see on the rest of the JUCO guys. All right. And then the kickers, I'm just going to wait and then attend and send them to camp all in one fell swoop. Though Duncan Dickey is looking pretty good. I think I'm two behind on Braden Blanton. I'll take him off the list. Keep everybody else. I like Dickey. He's looking solid. All right. D line. I mean, the only guy I had on there was Veal. He looks fine. Oh, God. That's depressing. I mean, Poole is fine. He's below average at everything. But if he had good potential, I'd like him a lot more, but he doesn't. So off the list. Raul Hill, I think he's a little bit better, but his potential is still bad. Crump, at the very least, we know he can tackle and he has good IQ. Is he worth fighting with Washington for the 5-star, though? And the answer, I think, is no. Yeah, it's a very terrible linebacking group. Let me look. Let's go back and look at linebackers. In terms of interest, all right, I'll just add some of the higher guys from an interest point of view. See if we got anything there. All right, and then the one corner was Gavin Boykins, who is a man specialist. B minus potential is fine. And then my safeties. I mean, I don't really want to fight Notre Dame for 2 safeties. That seems a bit silly. The JUCO guy, I think I need, so he can be my last or my one of my last camp spots. Pettit, great zone, average and everything else. Barry, even better zone, looks like a slightly better tackler. 88 versus 90. Oh boy. I'll leave them both for now and then I'll make a call at some point. Final camp visits. Let's send a couple of the linebackers I just discovered. All right. And then I'll give everybody a pitch in terms of overall. I'll benefit the big guys, even if a lot of them are kickers. It's fine. Kickers need good pitches too. All right. Did I do training? Yes. I think I should know most of the kickers' potential this week. If I don't, then they're all getting sent to camp. But the summer has arrived, which means I get more pitches. All right, let's look at the kickers. Do I know all of their potential? No, but I know close enough to just scout it all out of them. I'm actually not. Wait, yeah, I am. Cool. Okay, so first the question is, do I go after the JUCO guy, Brady Poont? Which the answer is, I think yes. Hanson. I mean, the interest in Boston College is a 90 for crying out loud. So I'm out on Hanson. I think of the recruits, I'm not going to try for Duncan Dickey. We're too far behind. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm out on McCormick. Maybe. No. No. And no. Maybe. If I go JUCO guy, what's the interest in Bama? 94. You're killing me, dude. I think I'm out on Carrera. Yeah, so I think these two are the kickers to go for. And I'm fine with going for both of them because I also won't have a punter after next season. And Brady doesn't look like a great punter because he has C minus punt accuracy. Knowles C minus punt power. I think I'll go after them both. And then Poon will likely redshirt next year. And if he complains about it, then I'll just promise him snaps and we'll be in business. All right, there's my kickers. Going after two kickers seems very weird, I admit. All right, O line. Do I know everyone's potential? I do, and it's very bad. I mean, Bailey, obviously, we're out. Burks, for the heck of it, I'll go for him just to make myself feel a little bit better. Pratt, I'm out. Dillard would need a red shirt, but even then, he has C plus potential. I'd much rather take a flyer on the other JUCO guys. Rice, he's a little bit more interested in Arkansas. Covington's more interested in JMU. I like Covington more. I'll go for Covington. All right. That is a depressing O line group, but that's okay. All right. Linebackers. If I don't know your potential, you're going to camp. Moody, go away. Stephen Maggie, go away. McLean is out. Hill, I think I'm out on. If his overall was higher, maybe. John Paul Mayfield, I mean, he'd play. If his block shedding was better, I'd move him to D line. Jorge, man, I don't think is very good. So, I mean, I kind of have to go for Crump by default. This is a very bad front seven recruiting class, which is a shame because I need front seven arguably more than everything else. I don't think Jorge is it. I mean, he has 87 interest in me. That's 20 higher than Illinois. I might as well. All right. I'll see what Boyd's potential is and go from there. What a tragic pressing list. All right. Who has not been to camp yet? I'll just send a lot of guys that haven't to get the points. I'm down to only 18 recruits, which is decently low. Let me look at D line again. I'll add the JUCO to the list. Boyd looks terrible. Page, maybe. At this point, I'm just going for potential. And I don't have much scouting available this week, so I might as well get guys added to the list and then find their potential. Okay. Linebacker, please. Same question. Oh boy. Oh boy. Might as well go for the kid that I'm already ahead on. Mathis could be okay. I'm also noting a distinct lack in any coverage ability whatsoever, which is a bit of a shame. It's kind of what we need. But so be it. All right. I have 2 camp visits. I will send Dawson, the JUCO, and Mathis. All right. That is my plan. I'm not going to give these guys any pitches until I know their potential. I'll give Jenkins a good one, the JUCO. Yeah, I think we might be shopping in the JUCO aisle a lot, like we did in the first couple of years, which is fine. But it does lead us to the problem we had kind of last year where I had a lot of JUCO guys just doing nothing. All right. One more advance. We're almost out of the preseason. I like that I just held kicker tryouts essentially 1 week. All right. First D line. Talk to me. F minus. One more scout for the heck of it. No, he's terrible. Okay. So 2 scouts to know. Oh boy. I mean, that's just sad. I think I'm out on all of them. Page, I'm out. McDonald, I'm out. Conway, I'm out. And I don't know Bullocks. Jenkins, I mean, even if I redshirt him year 1 as a JUCO, he has D potential. I don't see him really contributing. All right, and I'll leave the other 2 on the list. I'll send them to camp. Ooh, I can schedule Veal. Is Bama at home? Nope, Bama's on the road. Let's build up. For Veal, let us build up that Auburn game a little bit. See if we can't get that going. Linebacker. Davies, you can go to camp. Off the list. Simon Boyd, off the list. I think Mayfield, I'm going to go after. And may very well move him to D line if his block shedding improves. Jorge, man, I think I'll go after. His potential is good. He has much higher Richardson B than the other schools. He's the least athletic linebacker I've ever seen, but might as well. Chris Davies, I'll go after. He's a Tennessee kid. Unathletic, but IQ's good. Tackling's okay. So I think the big question is, do I go after Alex Crump? And I think the answer is no. Like, he only has C potential. He's not very athletic. All he can do right now is tackle, and he's got good IQ. I get that he's loyal, which is nice, but he's a little more interested in Washington. He does care a lot about NIL, but, like, he only has C potential. I think I'm out. No 5-star chase for us this year. So that brings me to 19 players total. Is anyone I have not sent to camp? No. All right. Let me schedule. Pettit, Auburn. Ooh, is Tennessee at home? No. Dang it. Covington. He does have more interest in JMU. I'll have him go to Pitt. I mean, it's not a bad group of players, but it really should be more. All right. Let's just do this by points ahead. Keep it simple. With the exception of the guys that I don't know their potential, everybody else will get the best pitch that I can possibly give them. I really like Damian Perry. Speed demon. He can't catch. I don't care. He could have like 95 speed by the time he hits the field. That'll play. All right. Those are my pitches. All right, I have 7 camp visits. So we're going to do what I did last year. Tennessee kids that have high interest in coming to my school that I don't know your potential yet. I need 7 of you. There's 3, 4. Oh boy. It's not a very big list. A plus for Roundtree. He wants to be a star though, which is tough. O-line. Tight end, sure, why not? Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. See if we can get some more Tennessee guys in the program, because right now we're only at 16 Tennessee players, which is, hey, it's much better than it was in the past. But that is where it is. Okay, let us advance. Preseason expectation. I bet the expectation is win 6 games from the athletic director. If I was a betting man, 5. Fair enough. All right, I get 2 negotiations now, and both the silver and bronze want me to beat Tennessee. Fair. Score 25 points in at least 3 games. Last season, we did that once, twice, 3, 4 times. Do I think we can do it again? Probably. Hold Georgia, Tennessee, or LSU to 125 rushing yards or fewer. D-line or an all-conference, that's probably not happening. Hold opponents less than 180 rush yards per game, no. We'd get the third down one. Score 30 against South Carolina is a tough ask, buddy. Have 17 or fewer total turnovers. Done. Are you insane? Last year we had 8. Done. Signed, sealed, delivered. 5.25 million. Just write me the check now. Score 25 points in at least 3 games. I think we get that. I don't think I want to even negotiate out of either of these ones. I think I'll keep that. All right. Here's our, so let's see, what was it? 25 points. So which teams can we score 25 on? Texas, Mississippi State, Jacksonville State, Pitt, maybe LSU. Good God, look at this close. You know what? Nah, I'm backing my offense. I was an offensive coordinator before a head coach. I'm backing my offense. Advance. Ooh, look at us, 85 in offensive talent, and that's with a terrible quarterback. All right, so conference realignment has happened. Instead of there being 4 divisions of 4, there is now 2 divisions of 6. I am a division with number 4 Georgia, 8 Bama, 14 Florida, 15 Auburn, 24 South Carolina, and my rival Tennessee. What a time, eh? Oh boy. Texas Tech in the MAC. Let me just look at that. My God. Look at the new look MAC. NC State, Navy, Texas Tech, Rutgers. The MAC North, completely untouched, pure, beautiful. The South, chaos. Kent State, Miami, and Ball State are never winning the MAC ever again. That's hilarious. That means every year we have to face these teams. Every single year. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, this is our team. I think I like it a lot. I think my only real position of concern is the most important position at quarterback. Like Marcelo Ray is going to be our starter. However, arguably, our first 5 games, like, we should win at least two. I think if we go, we should beat Texas. I think if we go like 2-3 in our first five, I'm a little worried. If we go 1-4, we are in deep trouble. So I think we'll see how Marcelo Ray does for the first few games. I think he has a cannon of an arm. Accuracy's a little shaky. IQ is worse. But, I mean, Palmer, his IQ is a 68. I can't throw him out there. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, pretty much every position, with exception of, I would say, defensive line and maybe linebacker, is an improvement from last year, just in terms of talent and overall. I like it. I think, the AD expectation is what? 5 games, 5 wins. I think Texas, Mississippi State, Jacksonville State, we should expect to win. Pitt, we should expect to win. LSU sucked last year. We should have beaten them. So if we beat all of them and we get one upset anywhere else, we're in business. But just looking at this objectively, this is probably the hardest schedule in the country. I don't think I can see my strength of schedule yet. Yeah, it's NA, but let's be frank. Look at it. Like maybe Tennessee's is harder. No, they scheduled Utah State, U of L, and Charlotte. We'll see. So yeah, I think overall transfer portal went okay. We didn't get the QB we wanted, and even worse, he may not even start at Ball State, which is annoying. Other than that, we definitely improved wide receiver with Robertson and Perick getting in here. We definitely improved corner with Justin Ellis in the room. Definitely improved D line with Brian Pierce. I think if you give me all of that, I'll take it and be a happy man. We're 18th in the country in offensive talent with an 85, 27th in the country in defensive talent with an 84. As a note, in the SEC, that is tied for second worst offensive talent and second worst defensive talent in our division. Oh boy. So it'll be exciting. This is where I think I will end the episode. We'll pick up next week with the 2035 season, our fourth at Vandy. When I took the job after being Baylor's OC, I didn't expect to be here 4 years, but hey, things are going strong. We're doing okay. Here's hoping we can put together an exciting season and not go 3-9 and get ourselves fired. So I thank you all for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with the Colorado Rockies rebuild, and then next week with this coordinator climb series. See you then.